Hey everyone, my name is Anusha Verma and I scored 610 out of 720 in NEET 2025 with an All India rank of 790. So in this video, I basically want to talk about how I was able to score this, and although it's not like great marks, but the rank is pretty like fine and nice and all that. So I just wanted to like list down maybe like a part. This is like I might do like a series or something, but yeah, this is one part definitely of the series in which I will maybe try to guide you if you're a NEET 2026 or NEET 2027 aspirant of how you can probably like improve your preparation, or if you just need any guidance, like let me know in the comments what I can help you with further. But anyways, today in the video we're going to be discussing about what my like 11th and 12th sort of looked like. So I gave NEET with my 12th, so my boards were in March. I got like 95.8% in boards, and NEET was in May. To be honest, I wasn't really preparing much for boards. I would study like a day before for boards, and I went and gave it. But yeah, thankfully it was like everything that we did from NCERT for NEET was also the same syllabus for boards, so it was like fine, it was parallel. But anyways, we'll talk about boards someday else. But right now I want to talk about how I prepared for NEET. So starting with where I went for my preparation. So I went to Allen, Bangalore. So I stay in Bangalore. So I went to Allen for my preparation, and in both 11th and 12th I had enrolled in Allen only. So apart from that, but like I wouldn't say that Allen played like a major role in my preparation. It was mostly self-study. So like Allen, I would attribute like 30-40% to my prep, but the rest was purely self-study, and also making smart decisions. Like ऐसा नहीं कि like just following the herd, following the crowd wherever, like if everyone's going to class but I feel like the class is not worth it, then I would not go to the class. Like it was something like that. I'm not trying to say that you should skip class or something, but you should be very aware about your situation and about your standing academically. So in 11th I joined Allen, and I also had like 11th school going on, but I didn't have to attend school a lot of the days, so that really helped my preparation. What I did basically was my coaching, it used to like end at 5 p.m. so I used to come back home by about like 5:30 or something, and then I would go and start studying by 6. Initially, like I would start at 6:15, 6:30 because I really didn't feel like studying. It was like the initial part of 11th where I was just like, no, I don't want to study and all that, and it's normal, it's fine. So if you're like a new 11th grader and you feel hesitant to study, you're not able to study given those hours, that's completely fine. It happens to everyone, but you just have to like ease into it, something like that. So I would basically reach home at 5:30 and I would start studying by 6, try to start studying by 6, but it would mostly end up being 6:15 or 6:30 or something like that. And what I used to do when I used to come back was I would revise whatever notes we had done in the class, like whatever we had learned in class that time. So I'm talking about the beginning of 11th. So I would do the notes, I would like revise whatever we had done in class, and then I would also revise the concept from the module, and then I would further read ahead of what we were in the class. I would read ahead and I would try to understand, okay, this is probably what we're going to do for the next week. So I would also read ahead just so that it would give me like, okay, a bit of an understanding of what we might expect the next couple of days. So that is very important, to be basically able to do something ahead, like maybe even one topic ahead, just so that you know that, okay, I'm in safe zone, and when I go to class tomorrow I will be able to understand what is being taught. And also I made a very big mistake in my starting, like I would say half of 11th. I did not understand the value of NCERT. I did not understand the value of NCERT in bio, to be very specific. Chemistry and physics were to dur ki baat. Like I had that mindset ki if I was doing my module, there was no need to do NCERT. So basically for like the first 3-4 months, I did not read my bio NCERT because I felt like जो NCERT में है वो मॉड्यूल में है ही, तो मैं दो चीज़ें क्यों पढूं. And that was a very big mistake on my part, because whenever I used to give tests, I would always get the assertion reasons wrong. I would always get like the statement based questions wrong, and it was like I was not able to figure out what I'm doing wrong. So that I eventually figured it out when I used to say that, oh, this is like a literally direct NCERT statement, and I wasn't able to correlate the reason. But in NCERT it was written like together, but in my module it was written separately, and that's why I was not able to correlate the reason. So very, very important, even if you are reading your module for bio, for chem, but always primary should be your module. I made the mistake, don't make the same mistake I made. It'll probably help you a lot. Anyways, so I would, on weekdays, I would try to study for like 4 to 5 hours at the very start. Like I'm talking about June month of 11th and like July, August type. Like you just ease into your preparation. You don't force yourself a lot. I know that Josh is there for like prepping for NEET and all that because you just started, but it's important to keep balance at the start. Like don't overwhelm yourself at the start. You can ease into it bit by bit. That's basically what I did. I knew that I have to study, but like you have to like build that habit of sitting in one place to study, and you can't just like sit one day for 1 hour and study and the next day expect yourself to be able to focus for 10 hours. That's not possible. So you start with small goals and then you just keep on increasing them. So like if one day you sit for 4 hours and study, it's fine. You made slow progress, it's fine. But then you go ahead and you start increasing that every day, like maybe 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes, until you reach that, okay, now I'm going to sit for 5 hours. Then you increase it gradually. That's literally what I did. And at the end of my preparation, I was able to study for 14 hours. I was able to sit for a minimum of 6 hours continuous, and then I would like study in a day for like 14 to 15 hours. I was able to study. But anyways, this was not in the start of 11th, so don't expect that to come immediately. It will come gradually, so just be patient with that. And if I talk about the weekends, we didn't have coaching on weekends, so I would basically just do self-study on the weekends. I would like try to start at about 10 or 10:30, and yeah, that day though I would study for like 6 to 7 hours. Like I would be able to push, but not continuously. Like you have to take a break. I took lots of breaks, but I was able to stretch it for like 6 to 7 hours on weekends because it didn't have coaching. We didn't have coaching that day, so it was fine. And yeah, so in 11th it was like a very, very new situation for me, right? I didn't know कैसे पढ़ना है. I didn't know कि क्या पढ़ना है, and it was like all like getting settled into the process type of thing, right? So in 11th I was definitely much more confused, but I will help you and help you understand ki what you should and what you shouldn't do. For example, in 11th I focused on theory way more than I should have. I was like कि theory आती है तो definitely questions तो हो जाएंगे, बन जाएंगे questions, but that is a wrong POV. Like that is a wrong mindset. You shouldn't have that mindset. No matter how much theory you know, the question it's over, right? So definitely in 11th I would say I made that mistake कि I would just prioritize theory and repetitively solving the same questions again and again for progress. That's not progress, right? You're not challenging your mind. Like if you've done a question twice, then there's no point doing it the third time, right? Because you already probably remember the answer, you know how to do it. Your brain is not getting stimulated like good, So do not keep solving like the same MCQs for like 10 times. Choose a different question bank, and also do not prioritize theory so much. Definitely you have to know theory, otherwise you won't be able to do the questions, but do not only do theory, right? So ideally when you start, you should have like 70% theory, 30% MCQ practice, right? And then as you become more familiar with the topic, you go to 60-40, and then eventually 50-50, and then eventually like 40-60 and 30-70. That's literally what I did. That's what I followed towards the end of my preparation. I'm talking about like April month of 2025, and May was the exam. I did not touch theory except for like NCERT के few chapters which I knew I was weak at. I did not touch chem theory. I did not touch physics theory. I only solved questions. And when you do the questions, you know which part you are weak at, you know which part you're not going to be able to do. So then you go and read that part. But anyways, that's for the last part of your preparation, last phase of the preparation. Definitely. So for 11th, what I would highly recommend is that you read NCERT, prioritize NCERT over modules, and also prioritize question practice over theory. And do not forget to give regular tests. Like regular test is so important. You might feel कि अरे एग्ज़ाम तो 2 साल बाद है, 1 साल बाद है, तब देखेंगे. नहीं, you have to build that stamina. You have to build that, okay, familiar environment type situation, you know, like you have to give yourself that experience of sitting in a controlled environment. You have to give yourself the experience of the stress, right? You have to get used to it. So don't run away from tests. I used to run away from tests, never helped me, right? Whatever it is, how much ever you know, right? Just go and give it, man. Like don't care about what your peers are gonna think, what your teachers are gonna think, like what your parents are gonna think. If you can help them understand that, okay, I have studied whatever I was able to study, you definitely should try and finish the whole syllabus. But even if you're not able to finish the whole syllabus, don't skip the test just because you didn't finish the full syllabus. That's not the way to go about it, because then the syllabus just keeps piling up and piling up and piling up, and it never gets over, and it eventually becomes a backlog, which is never supposed to happen. So no matter ki your syllabus is over or not, you go and give the test. It helps to eliminate the fear of testing, and also you will create a regular habit of testing. That is very important, right? And okay, so this was like 11th May full year. I went to Allen, and I was basically in a classroom program, and I would just go there, study, come back, study, and you know, we had like once in 3 weeks we had tests. Towards the end we had everyday tests for like the whole 11th syllabus, and that's fine, great. 11th is over, right? And then comes 12th. Okay, so the next part is 12th grade. So this is for all the NEET 2026 aspirants who are giving it with their 12th grade. I gave NEET with 12th grade, as I mentioned before, and 12th is definitely going to be a breeze for you if you are able to understand your 11th grade properly. Like, don't leave 11th. I understand that if at the start you have a couple of chapters that are weak. It was same for me. I sucked at kinematics, I sucked at basic math, but at the end of 11th, I made them one of my strongest chapters by focusing on them so very much. All right, so when you come to 12th, you have another big headache, which is basically boards, right? Practicals used to scare me so much. And especially because we now have SWOT analysis also in our NEET syllabus, and also a lot of experimental skills in NEET as well, right? So in 12th, I switched my strategy a little bit. So basically in 12th, since I used to go to Allen, right, the thing that happened was that my teachers got totally changed, right? And I was very accustomed to those teachers, and that kind of resulted with me not being able to understand a lot of things in class, and also I felt like I wasn't at the peak of my productivity at the very start of 12th. So what I started doing was I started watching Physics Wala. Yeah, I started watching Physics Wala, and basically in 11th also I used to watch original Alag sir ke videos for physics. That was just to get a warm up of the concept, warm up of the chapter, whatever we were doing. I would still go and refer to my coaching notes and my coaching module, right? That was in 11th. I never like saw any other subject for like other than my coaching, right? So yeah, as I was saying, it was fun to sit in the class, especially because anyways, I'm not here to promote or anything, but just providing my journey, just sharing my journey, that I used to watch Alak Pandey sir's videos, and also I used to watch Pankaj sir's videos. That was again, I would say, again June, July of 12th, right? So basically in 2024, this was also when the NEET scam thing was happening, so I was getting really scared. I knew that I had to like strengthen my preparation and have my basics very clear, because at that time my thought process was also कि easy paper आएगा, यानी कि आपके basics तो बहुत clear होने चाहिए, right? So again, that's not the point of what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to experience, just trying to share ki what I did, right? And for bio also, I switched to a different coaching, like not a different coaching as in the sense I switched from Alan, no. It was also online. The another one that I did was known as Bio Fairy by Ratu Ratiwal ma'am, right? So she has her channel on YouTube, but she also has a course. So I enrolled in that course. I actually had watched plant physiology from her in 11th grade, and I found her videos so helpful because her concepts, like if you watch her one lecture, you are set. Like my photosynthesis, respiration, and plant growth and development chapters were like so good because I watched her videos, and she's an amazing teacher. Like you guys should follow her if you want like a good bio base, right? Anyway, so I used to follow both botany and zoology from her only through her app, right? So full 12th ka bio I did from her only. I did not touch my Allen module. That was a very very important lesson I learned in 11th itself ki module se kuch nahi karna hai. I kid you not, I have not touched my bio modules for Allen in 12th at all. I have not opened them because I realized in 11 and 12 that they are irrelevant, right? What is important is your NCERT. And if you guys want, I can show you how I used to mark my bio NCERT also. I scored 340 in bio in NEET 2025, and I can show you like my 11th and 12th bio, how I used to mark stuff and how I used to write stuff on the side. If that's gonna help, I'll definitely be able to share it. Okay. So now I'm gonna break down subject-wise what I used to do, and probably that's gonna help you, right? So what I basically did first for physics, right? So in physics, I had a rule. Physics was like my favorite subject out of all three, and also I scored 144 out of 180 in physics in NEET 2025. I actually scored more in physics than I did in chem. Chem was like, I did not like chem at all. Chem was my weakest somewhat, right? So I scored 144 in physics. And what I used to do basically, I used to in 11th as well as in 12th, right? So in the morning, right, I would basically watch alag sir ke videos, right? One video every day I would watch. If the video is not over by the time my class starts, I would go and I would come back and then I would continue the video. Then I would go to coaching. In 11th, I used to make proper notes and I used to follow my sir's notes. In 12th, I stopped making coaching notes for physics because I used to fully I used to follow Alag sir only. In 12th, so fully I shifted from Allen to Alag sir. But yes, questions I would do from my Allen module also, and also very very important for MCQs, right? And also testing, I had enrolled in the target batch of NEET prep. It's like an online website, and also it's an app, right? I had got target batch from there. So I used to practice MCQs from there, and I also used to give the tests. I used to sit at home only and give the test. I didn't go to the center because like the center is very far and you guys know Bangalore traffic. So I used to sit at home. I used to print the question paper, print the OMR, and I used to do it, right? And then I used to upload it. Anyways, so for physics, I used to watch Alag sir ke videos. In 11th, I used to follow coaching notes. In 12th, I never followed coaching notes. I didn't make only. Then I used to solve MCQs, right? I used to read my module also once, physics ki module, highlight any important points. I did that. Then coming to physics ki NCERT. So physics ki NCERT na, I read it while I was preparing for boards. That means in the month of Feb. But also I like initially वाले जो chapters है ना, जैसे मतलब electrostatics हो गया, current हो गया, magnetism हो गया, that I had read in जून जुलाई अगस्त का महीना वो मेरा हो गया था. फिर मेरा फिजिक्स की NCERT से मन भर चुका था, right? Then I finished the 12th की physics NCERT in Feb ka mahina. I read it like 2 times. I read all the chapters. I highlighted all the important points. Great. Then so yeah, basically what I'm trying to say, theory khatam kar li, MCQ practice कर लो, हजार MCQ practice करो नए वाले. It's not like तुमने कोचिंग के मॉड्यूल की एक बार MCQs लगा लिए और फिर अगले हफ्ते या टेस्ट के पहले तुमने फिर से वो MCQs लगा लिए. That is not gonna be helpful. I used to do that, right? And नहीं होता उससे कुछ. Like your mind is not stimulated only because I used to remember all the answers. So it was never कि how do I solve this? So yeah, I would definitely recommend for you to solve new MCQs. That's very very important in physics, especially after knowing the physics paper that came in the 2025. But yeah, Did I follow any extra reference books for physics? Well, I did H.C. Verma for like 1 month or 2 months in 11th, and then I left it. I just left it, I couldn't do it. But yeah, I followed NEET prep and I followed my coaching modules for physics. And of course, theory, though, I have already said where I followed it from. Okay. And then also I did Akash ke modules also. Like one of my friend, she's a senior of mine, so I got her modules and I did from that also, like the question bank. I didn't read the theory and all, I did the question bank from Akash ke modules. Okay. And now coming to chemistry is, I don't like chemistry. Let me be very honest. I don't like chemistry. But chemistry ke bhi 3 parts hote hain, right? So physical, organic and inorganic. So I used to basically follow for organic Pankaj sir, right, from that competition wala channel, and also from his original wala channel, his own channel. Okay. Then for physical, I used to follow Amit sir and also Sudhanshu sir. I used to follow both of them. And for inorganic, it was Mohit sir. I used to follow Mohit sir for inorganic. He is like, I think उनका YouTube पे एक like 8 घंटे वाला lecture है, right, on salt analysis. That is so good. I have watched that video like 3 times, and every time I used to flip through my notes for it. I can share with you my salt analysis notes also. I have done them like very beautifully because I am one of those people that just need the notes to be beautiful to do it. But yeah. So that's what I did. That's my chemistry. And I also used to like solve questions from my Alan K modules and also from Akash modules and also from NEET prep. I used to solve questions, MCQs basically. And PYQs also is very, very important. Solving PYQs this time though it didn't help that much, but yeah, I mean, if you want to build like a base and help you understand कि किस type of questions आते थे, इस बार तो नहीं आए, आते थे, you can refer to PYQs. Anyways, don't skip on PYQs. They're good, they're important, they'll help you definitely. So I had purchased like 3 books, 36 year wale PYQ for physics, chem and bio, and I solved all of them. Like I have solved for each chapter PYQs at least 4 times, because I was that blindly following PYQs. Anyways, so next we have tests तो मैंने दिए थे, बहुत सारे टेस्ट दिए थे. केमिस्ट्री में आई गेस इतना ही किया था मैंने. आई डेंट फॉलो एनी एज सच रेफरेंस बुक्स फॉर केमिस्ट्री इधर. देन हाँ, NCERT ऑर्गेनिक एंड अनऑर्गेनिक की NCERT तो पढ़ के ही जाओ. इवन आई वुड से कि 12th की जो फिजिकल वाली NCERT है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. I can also help you understand how you should read Chem NCERT and how you should like highlight important points, and I can also share with you my Chem NCERT book as well, right? So yeah, for bio, zoology and botany, I used to prefer botany over zoology, especially the plant physiology part. I used to love it. And so in botany, zoology, in 11th though I did like fully from my coaching, right? In 12th I came and I shifted to the Ritu Ratiwal ma'am. I used to learn everything from her. All of that bio I did it from her. I used to watch her lectures. I couldn't really attend live lectures. I used to watch her recorded lectures at like 2x 1.5x wali speed. Okay, I made notes from there, but I made notes only for like important wale chapters. I made notes for molecular wale chapter, I made notes for principles wala chapter, right? But more importantly, I would try to fit everything in my NCERT only, right? And I'll probably make a separate video of how I used to read my NCERT, how I used to mark my NCERT, so that you guys can probably get a better idea of it. But I used to try and limit everything to my NCERT only, so that I just have to read my NCERT and I can get the full glance of whatever I had studied before and what I am supposed to do now, right? So that was for bio. For bio, I didn't really follow Akash because के modules I only follow for physics and chem. Then I used to practice questions. I also had 2 amazing books called Masterclass in Biology by Dr. N.K. Sharma. I followed both of them. I solved the questions only once. I wanted to do it again, but I didn't have time to do it. So yeah, I followed those 2 books, Masterclass in Biology, 11th and 12th, right? एंड देन ऑब्वियसली MCQs तो नीट प्रेप से किए थे. आलन की मॉड्यूल से मैंने 12th में नहीं किया था, क्योंकि इन माय ओपिनियन उनके जो क्वेश्चंस थे बायो वाले, फिजिक्स एंड केम वाले नहीं, बायो वाले, दे वर नॉट दैट good, like to be very honest. They were like one-liners as far as like most of them, not all of them, most of them. But in NEET prep and like MIB, I found that the questions were good, so I used to do from there. So that was for bio as well. So these were all the resources and all the strategies and everything that I used to follow. My strategy for the last 5-6 months also changed. So I can make a video on that and guide like NEET 2026 aspirants. If you guys want me to, I'll definitely do it. But yeah, I thought of sharing what I did for the past 2 years. And honestly, coming from someone who did 12th with NEET, don't stress about boards too much. Like मैंने बहुत stress किया है boards के बारे में, unnecessary stress लिया था boards के बारे में, तो मत लेना, हो जाएगा. boards की percentages anyway don't matter for NEET, right? तो yeah, just focus on NEET. And yeah, in summary, I would like to say that the two most important principles that will guide you and accelerate your performance is consistency, number one. That has worked amazingly well for me. Consistency, most important. And secondly, hard work. I know a lot of people say कि smart work करो, but see, I agree to some extent कि smart work करना चाहिए, but I feel कि hard work is 100% guarantee वाला, right? Smart work कभी काम करेगा नहीं करेगा, कभी काम करेगा नहीं करेगा, right? But consistency and hard work, the two most important things that you must incorporate in your preparation. I tried to incorporate them as best as I could, and that got me to my result, right, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, to all the NEET 2026 and 2027 and all of the future years, all your aspirants, all the best. And let me know if I can help you in any other way. You can put down your comments. I read all of them. So yeah, okay, bye bye.